The nature of the human continuum is the most important thing in the universe. We each represent the continuum in and of ourselves, and in our progeny, and in those who stand alongside us. The continuum is both our genetic legacy, that is to say, each new generation carrying our genes forward through the vastness of time, as well as our more intellectual pursuits, wisdom accumulated over millennia. Each new generation embodies and encourages further growth of both of these aspects. Together, these comprise the sacred union of the human continuum. The continuum itself is the inner God. The inner God exists in each of us. Each of us carries the best qualities of humanity inside, though we are often afraid to see them, afraid to face them, afraid to embody the truth that we know endures through all hardship, all suffering, every age of darkness that humanity has faced. The bright light that represents the noblest, the best, the truest, and the strongest parts of the human soul. These things endure, no matter what. No tyrant can ever crush them. No sickness can ever weaken them beyond recovery. No false philosophy can ever extinguish the light that burns within each of us. It is a flame, and together, all humans together, our flames unite and become an inferno beyond reckoning, beyond the comprehension of any individual, even those of us who understand the continuum best. The full scope of it is beyond any individual. The truth of it is beyond any fear, any loss. We must, all of us, pursue the greatness of the continuum. We must respect it. We must seek to understand it as best as our faculties, our senses, our mortal frames allow us to. We must worship the continuum. We must worship the human condition. We must worship the human spirit. This is the path forward. This is what will lead us to a lasting salvation. All other religions, they are an outpouring of the human continuum, which is to say that they are true, but they do not represent the totality of the human soul. The totality of the human soul can only be achieved by merging together all philosophies, all religions, all truths, even all lies that have perpetuated themselves throughout the course of human history, through all recorded thought and emotion, into one perfect whole. This is a daunting task for anyone, but we do not need to do it alone. Just as all of us comprise the totality of the continuum, we each share a responsibility to it, proportionate to ourselves. Those of us who possess certain qualities, we use those qualities to further the continuum, to further understanding of it. Those who possess other qualities, they have their own responsibilities. And so, working together, we are capable of achieving great things. We do not need to fear death, because through the continuum, each of us has the potential for immortality. That immortality must be sought, however. It is not freely given. Through genetic replication, through reproduction, through the extension of our lineage, going forward forever, through time, we can become immortal in the flesh. Our visages can be replicated forever. we, in the form of our descendants, can live forever. Immortality of the mind, immortality of the experiences we accrue throughout our existence, this can be replicated as well. Particularly today, as information is more readily recorded than ever before, the potential for the extension of human thought beyond the physical death is at hand. Ever since the dawn of recorded history, human beings have recorded their experiences. They have passed wisdom down from one generation to the next. Even before the written word, stories were told. Words were passed down from generation to generation. This began even before the dawn of the human species. Other great apes, such as the orangutan, passed knowledge down from one generation to the next, information that is vital to their survival and allows them to flourish. Far better than if each generation had to relearn each thing, each aspect of existence, anew, each time a new generation was cast into existence. And so it is with humanity, but far, far more pronounced. Our intellectual superiority, it allows us to cross new vistas, to breach new horizons, to become more than any animal species that has ever existed before. Embrace the continuum. Embrace all things. Embrace the fact that humanity is its own God, the inner God, the best of us, the better angels of our nature. We can manifest them. We can improve each generation going forward. We need not be beholden to the demons of the past. We can cast them aside freely, but it will require great effort, often sacrifice, on the part of each of us who undertakes this great endeavor. We must not be afraid, but we must not be foolish. We must not overlook the dangers either. After all, we must survive ourselves if we are to influence the continuum. Therefore, I suggest that each of you seek your own path to immortality. There are an infinite number of paths. All rules are false. No path is guaranteed. It will depend on the virtue, the strength, and the wisdom of each individual who undertakes this great endeavor. For it is the greatest endeavor. Let no one tell you otherwise. Many believe in an afterlife. There is no afterlife. An afterlife is a delusion. There is no possibility of life after death in the form of pure energy. Rather, it must take the form of flesh and information, passed from one generation to the next, forever, for as long as the human species endures. The human species is capable of enduring for all time. Some fear the heat death of the universe. Some fear the apocalypse. The truth is that both of these are fictions. Both can be overcome. We can live forever. Humanity can endure forever, and there is no reason to fear. The only thing to fear is failure in our pursuit of immortality. The continuum, it encompasses the full wisdom of the human species, save that which has been forgot, that which has been lost to time. For this reason, we must propagate ourselves as readily as possible. We must secure as much of the future for ourselves as possible. We must work together to make this goal all the more effective. Indeed, we must also protect the legacy of those who do not share our beliefs, for they are also part of the continuum. Every faith, every creed, whether we agree with it or not, it represents a fundamental aspect of the human soul. Each soul is valuable. Each human life is valuable in and of itself because it represents a shard of the full totality of God, the inner God, the God of the continuum. So protect yourselves, protect others, seek to further our existence, enrich the continuum through your existence. Seek to find the truth.